Because what the hell am I looking at, bro? I am seeing a video from August the Duck. This is on my recommended feed. I was not subscribed to him, but when it comes to internet news, when it comes to trends, one of the topics that I actually looked over, and I mean it, one of the topics I looked over always when it comes to internet trends is Mr. Beast himself. That's right. Yes, Jimmy, for fuck's sake. The video itself, however, I'm just going to let you guys know, it comes from this guy, August the Duck. I'm going to be subscribing to him, going to be subscribing to all of that thing. Now, the video that I'm going to be watching, and I don't mind if you actually see the link yourself, because that's where I'm going anyway. I'm just going to make sure that it actually gets there. Give me a moment here. I will just get it on the QR code, because you do need to see this shit. And I mean it. This is often something I have to do to make sure that I know how to track shit. Okay. The video we're going to be watching actually has this link, actually has this QR code over here. And this is a video called Mr. Beast is being sued by the Mexican government. Jimmy, what in the literal hell did you do? Are you serious? Are you fucking serious, dude? You're just speed running yourself to your own doom, dude. You're just speed running yourself to your own doom. It's just not funny, dude. What you're doing. I don't like what the hell you're doing to yourself, bro. Mexico? Really? If Beast Games was not enough for you, then you're just going to, like, I don't know. I don't know how to frickin' deal with you, bro. I absolutely do not know how to deal with you.
Well, guys, it's a tale as old as time. If I were to ask you, what is the name of an online figure that has basically become synonymous with internet drama over the last, like,
well, the Lunchley thing, well, the screwed up production based shows that actually involve safety issues. Yes, exactly. Fucking okay, Jimmy.
year and a half. I feel like most people are going to have one particular name pop into that old thinker. And for a while, it started to seem like maybe that was going to go away. But today, we are reminded that some things never change. Now, Mr. Beast is not a person who is unfamiliar with controversy. Throughout the entirety of last year, I feel like the whole Mr. Beast drama saga was the biggest piece of recurring internet drama we had. And at a point, it felt like it was never going to end. And for the last 4 or 5 months or so, it seems like for the most part, Mr. Beast has been able to keep himself out of drama. That was until this lawsuit. Basically, if you is being sued by the Mexican government because of a video that he uploaded about a week ago.
Oh my.
I explored 2,000-year-old ancient temples, in which Mr. Beast and friends go around exploring various Mayan temples. So, yeah, it seems like Mr. Beast might have found himself in a new shitstorm already.
Oh, man.
And that's what we're going to be looking into today. But real quick, before we do that, there's something that I need...
You know, if you're going to explore different heritage sites or different temples at all, you should at least had some permission, because if you go to places where you don't have permission and then you post it, of course you're always going to get sued by government that do not allow access to those sites, especially if you do shit without their say-so. Like, wow, why does it not come to you as common sense? Or maybe it does come to you as common sense, but you do not fucking care because you got the money to pay them off. Look, this is what you do not do as a content creator. This is why I hate him. This is why every sane content creator hates this guy, because he's doing things off the book and at the same time without a care in the world of any consequence.
Show you guys. Let's get back to it. Now, according to the articles I've read, this was all made possible by a firm called Full Circle Media, which I assume worked with Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History, which is the firm that's filing the suit against this media company. And according to this institute, this media company violated the terms of what the government granted them permission for. Now, as of right now...
You see, if you talk to Mr. Beast, it doesn't matter what the terms you have with the government are. What he says goes. This is why I hate Jimmy. Because at every turn, when it comes to agreements with him, the agreement would always state what he says goes. Because he's the content creator. Guys, there's got to be a line. There's absolutely got to be a line somewhere, bro. Stand your ground, even when it comes to talk of money. For fuck's sake, dude.
Now, it's not fully clear whether or not Mr. Beast is involved in this lawsuit or not. I'm going to assume that if he's not right now, then he will be eventually, because it seems like the reason this lawsuit was filed, because the footage that was captured of and the videos that were made with these temples were not supposed to be monetized in any shape or form. And it seems like Mr. Beast not only monetized his video.
Oh, yeah, that is a big deal. You do not monetize videos, especially if there's content that is only meant for eyes that are related to people who are making use of the sites for other purposes other than profit, bro. You know, if you could only just follow rules and everything, instead of just going in blind and then just going there like the careless piece of shit you are. If you are a content creator, if you are rich just like this guy, don't follow what he did. God damn it. I really hate this guy. I keep seething, bro.
On YouTube with advertisements, but also promoted his personal brands within the video. So while right now it seems like this lawsuit is only directed at this media company, I'm sure that Mr. Beast or his team had to sign something saying that they were going to follow and respect these conditions, and, well, they didn't. So I'd be pretty surprised if Mr. Beast and his team do not get involved somehow. And the main reason that I say that is because it seems like all of the gripes that this institute has are pretty much directly with Mr. Beast. They seem like things that are kind of out of the control of the media company that he would have been working with, and I'm sure that is the stance that they will try to maintain as well. Now, I've got a news article and a social media post from the Mexican government that we're going to look at. We're also going to look at part of Mr. Beast's video, but just as sort of a baseline, it seems like the two main complaints that the Mexican government has here is one, obviously, the monetization of the video. He plugs his chocolate. I think he says something like it's the only Mayan approved chocolate there is. So, you know, maybe not the best choice of words there.
Okay, hold on. Are there links to this article? Are there links to this article on this video? Wait a minute. Okay. Hold on. I better check if there are any articles because I know that when it comes to these, there are articles. So, oh, here we go. Oh, shit. No joke. Mexico accuses Mr. Beast of exploiting Mayan pyramids. No, Jimmy. Oh, no, this is real, bro. Mexico is seeking compensation from the producers of a Mr. Beast video and accused the U.S. YouTuber of exploiting its ancient pyramids for commercial gain. The video, I explored 2,000-year-old ancient temples, shows the influencer, real named Jimmy Donaldson, 27, and his team exploring ancient Mayan cities with a permit. But it doesn't mean that whatever sights and sounds that you see there are going to be used for profit. And then on every part of the video, you advertise your products. That's not good. I think, oh my God, this is not. No advertisement material was shot on any archaeological sites, but the vocal advertisement, if you actually advertise your product while you're capturing sounds and you're capturing sounds and film on site while you're exploring these sites, and you monetize the videos with those local adverts, just the words, because they're your products. If that's monetized, that's gonna cause trouble. Spokesperson also said a video was meant to highlight these treasured Mayan sites in Mexico, and that it was unfortunate that this has turned into a political issue. Hopefully it can lead to a productive dialogue and encourages people to visit these unique historical treasures. Because let's be honest, no one likes to see tourism die. As much as people actually hate some of the negatives some of these sites represent, the tourism is way too important. For most who want to see the sites preserved, these sites are way too important to destroy, to desecrate, and to be used as a platform for profit. For fuck's sake. You do not do that. You do not use the sites as a platform for profit, bro. They're there for rediscovering history, bro. You don't use it for fucking profit. What the fuck? You don't have permission from the government to do that. Of course you don't do that. Oh my god. Also, there were misinterpretations and misrepresentations in the video. Apparently, they never held a real pre-Hispanic mask, and there never have been an extensive post-production editing in the video, such as the helicopters. All of these are false assertions that obeyed its theatricality in the YouTuber in question. Oh my god. Of course, the editing had to be good. The other parts of the video are actually CGI and bullshit. The things that Jimmy can do when it comes to content like that, it is scary. And with the things that he was accused of in the past in relation to production, and when it comes to managing his own staff, I would not like to be involved when it comes to promoting his shit and when it comes to actually seeing more success when it comes to different things from this guy, because he's too successful for his own good, but he doesn't care of the consequences that come up with his actions, bro. He just really doesn't. It's really unfortunate. It always makes us believe that he doesn't care about consequences whatsoever. All he does is just what he does, bro. We just need to see accountability. Seriously.
There. And also there's a lot of CGI used in this video, and it seems to be the stance of this institute that sort of devalues the archaeological history, and they're also looking at that as him spreading false information about these sites. So that sort of seems to be the two main issues, which, like I said, I don't know what a media company who was kind of facilitating all this stuff being filmed really could have done to prevent that. Anyways, with that being said, we're going to go through some of this news article that gives us some more information about this lawsuit, including that apparently on Wednesday, the president of Mexico requested clarification on the conditions under which the YouTuber was granted access. Now, I don't know if this is what prompted the lawsuit, but everything about the lawsuit seemed to have been made public on Wednesday, so maybe. But as we've discussed, the permit issued to this production company did not authorize—
Exactly! Do not use archaeological sites as a platform for profit, bro! What the fuck? Jimmy knows full well how to make the editing top notch, and at the same time knows what kind of detail has to be put when it comes to the editing. He doesn't know this. It is impossible he doesn't know this type of thing. He doesn't know this type of clause in the agreement. It's impossible he does not know. Because if he does not know, for fuck's sake, he is a moron, really. Why did it come to this thing? Just why?
Is the use of the image of the archaeological sites for the advertising of commercial brands for private profit. Now, Mr. Beast was not inside of a temple when he plugged his chocolate, but obviously it was still in the same video. Plus, he said it's Mayan approved, so, you know, really no way around that. And just so you can see it with your own eyeballs, here is that right now.
And to wrap up the night, we have a special Mayan dessert, the brand new Feastables Peanut Butter Cups.
Wait, brand new, but it's a Mayan dessert?
Don't ask questions, it's dessert. Here you go.
Dude, the fucking utter disrespect of this guy by actually promoting your own products around the sites. Oh my god. Fucking hell, Jimmy. I think you were always hogging content for money, but this is stupid. This is an act of idiocy that is beyond psychologically intentional. Oh, wowee. What are you aiming for, dude? Are you serious?
Butter Cups.
Wait, brand new, but it's a Mayan dessert?
Don't ask questions, it's dessert. Here you go.
The king of marketing over here.
Bro, look at how much peanut butter is in there. Isn't it sad that there are humans on this earth whose taste buds have not been blessed with the brand new Feastables Peanut Butter Cup?
Shut the hell up, you disrespecting piece of shit. Shut the hell up, bro.
So if you want an ethically sourced, amazing tasting snack, make sure you reach for Feastables. It's good. The only Mayan-approved snack on the planet.
So there's that. And unless there was just like some insane miscommunication where somehow absolutely nothing that this institute told this media company was relayed to the Mr. Beast team, this seems like a pretty blatant violation of the terms that everyone should have known about. Now,
Exactly. This smug piece of shit right here. This is the reason why content creators who are rising stars are being watched so much more, because of shit like this. What you should not do when it comes to agreements and tours. For fuck's sake. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I am so angry. I'm so angry, dude. I am so fucking angry.
big thing that leads me to believe that it's not just going to be the media company involved in this, what makes me think Mr. Beast is definitely going to be a part of this at some point, is that the Institute is demanding compensation for damages and a public retraction for non-compliance with the terms of the permit. And I can't imagine the public retraction that they're looking for is from a media company nobody's ever heard of. You know, they're probably going to want that from the face of the person who said and spread everything that they're wanting retracted. We can go through the full statement that the Institute released because it's really not that long. And again, I'm not trying to repeat myself, but I feel like their gripe is really with Mr. Beast here, not so much this media company. But I'm not 100% sure of the legality of everything involving that. Maybe there's really nothing they can do against Mr. Beast, and it will be all against this media company. But the statement reads, in relation to the videos spread by YouTuber Mr. Beast, the INAH reports that it will always be open to audio-visual proposals that contribute to the knowledge and dissemination of the archaeological and cultural heritage of Mexico. We are pleased that YouTubers and all the young people of the world appreciate the value of our original civilizations. What the INAH strongly condemns is that there are those who take advantage of the good disposition of the institutions to violate the terms of the authorizations granted. Moreover, the INAH condemns those with commercial interest and private profit purposes who dare to deviate the value of archaeological sites, which are the legacy of our origin cultures and pride of our nation. Permission issued to Full Circle Media, representative of Mr. Beast, did not authorize the publication of false information or the use of the image of archaeological sites for private profit commercials. We'll circle back to that in a second. The heritage of the nation, which is public by its nature, cannot be exploited by commercial enterprises. The separation between political power and economic power is an indescribable principle of the fourth transformation. It is for this reason that the INAH has filed an administrative lawsuit against such producing company, demanding compensation for damages and public retraction for non-compliance with the terms of the permits of good faith issued by the institution and for making illegal use for profit purposes private of the archaeological heritage that belongs to all Mexicans. So circling back to that one line, I believe when they're talking about the publication of false information, I've got to imagine that refers to all the CGI used in the video.
Exactly. The computer graphics. Seriously. I really hate Jimmy. I keep saying this. I hate this guy.
Which there is some like questionable stuff. Lots of underground x-rays of the temples showing things underground or inside of these buildings that are clearly not actually there. Also stuff like making artifacts look like they're glowing or they're smoking. There might be something that I'm missing that could be more directly considered false information, but that's really all that I could gather that might be what they're talking about. Doesn't really seem like any of the articles out there know either. Maybe they're referring to the fact that he said the chocolate is Mayan approved. I don't know. Whatever it might be, this all seems like it could have really easily been avoided. You'd think with something like this, where you have to have permits to film and there's strict guidelines, that there would have been some sort of approval process before the video went out, a viewing, a look at the script, something that would have gave this institute sort of an idea of what's actually going to be put out there. Feel something as simple as that would have prevented all of this. Again,
yeah.
Some crazy miscommunication between the media company and the Mr. Beast team, but I don't know, that's hard for me to believe because people don't get to film this shit. Like, nobody really gets to go into these places, so I feel like for them to allow such a big production, things would have been laid out pretty clearly. However, that's really all the information we have right now. This is all pretty new. This stuff has basically just hit the internet, so curious to see where this goes and if Mr. Beast ends up tied up in this a little bit more than...
Nah, look. Here's what I would say about this. I think Jimmy is going to avoid being in this lawsuit at all. the absolute douche he is, I think he's going to avoid it entirely and just say, I didn't do these things. And you know what's crazy? You know what's actually fucking crazy? People are going to believe him because he is Mr. Beast. My dudes, if that were ever to actually happen, we live in a dystopia. Oh my God, I don't know exactly how else to deal with this, bro. I don't know how else to deal with this except I should say that we live in a dystopia. And I don't like how Jimmy's representing the dystopia, how our dystopia moves forward and shit.
He seems to be right now. Well, guys, what do you think not only about what's going to happen here, what do you think about this lawsuit? Do you think this is on Mr. Beast? I don't really know who's to blame here. I feel like with Mr. Beast being as big of a name as he is, with as many people on his team as there are, if guidelines like this were just laid out in front of him, guidelines made by a government entity, I feel like he probably would have followed them. You know what I mean? Like, not even for moral reasons, just as like a business decision. This would be a really stupid thing to like purposefully go against. So I don't know. I'm kind of curious to get more information about all this and see exactly what happened, what caused all this, because it's honestly just not really making a whole lot of sense to me. Description. Hopefully this doesn't start a whole new era of Mr. Beast slop content. We'll see. See ya.
All right, August the Duck is pretty. August the Duck is pretty just right there. I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. Please subscribe. My life depends on it. Well, not really. Maybe. You should risk it. Just subscribe. Links over there if you guys actually want to check it out yourselves. But I already showed the QR code in case that you guys actually have not been paying attention.